What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are back for some more late-breaking physical media news. So I already did my Screen Factory May announcements earlier today, and we've got even more stuff to talk about. We've got some Disney Plus Steelbooks, and I thought there was enough here to, dive into and make a special video on. But look, we got a lot of stuff to get into. Before I do that, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media on this channel, Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me. It's back there somewhere every single day. Hit the subscribe button. Also like the video. And then let me know in the comment section below how you feel about these Disney Steelbooks. I mean, the first round of Disney Plus show Steelbooks that came out were pretty popular. I felt like those were probably the more popular shows. These that are coming out, I would say, are a little bit below, a little bit lower class. Well, at least a couple of them, in my opinion. But to be honest with you, I think I've only seen one of the shows for the Steelbooks that are coming out in this go around. But I'm going to break it down, guys. I'm going to break down the images and all the. There's a lot of special features to get into as well. So look, let's not waste any more time. Let me just go ahead and bring up this screen. All right, so I am on a website called comicbook.com. And they were the first site that I got on today to find this. And let's just start at the top, guys. Let's just read this. Let's just read this together, shall we? Let me make it a little bit bigger. Bam. I'm going to put myself at the top. All right. So when Disney Plus brought The Mandalorian, Loki, and WandaVision in 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray last year, we assumed that more series and seasons would be on the way. A lot of people did. A lot of people did. I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't know how many more of these we would see. I didn't think that we would get 4 on the next go-around, but it turns out that we are. So I am wrong. I am wrong. Today we got a definitive answer. The Walt Disney Company has announced collector's edition Blu-rays of Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm hits Andor. Sorry, guys. Andor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Moon Knight, and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, complete with the steelbook packaging designed by artist Altilia. So I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, guys. Or I did attempt to, but I'm not going to attempt to finish it. That's what I'm not going to attempt to do. Concept art cards and never before seen bonus features. So very cool. All of the new Disney Plus Blu-ray titles will be available. Will be able to pre-order starting on March 12th with a release date set for April 30th. Below, you'll find a breakdown of each release, including information on special features. We expect that they will be priced at $54.99 like the previous installments, though pre-order discounts are likely before the release date. So usually what they're talking about is usually right before, like $54.99 is the full SRP, and usually right before the physical media releases come out, they will drop in price about $10 or something like that. Usually Amazon will mark it down, Walmart will mark it down, and so forth. But yeah, very cool. I assume that we're going to be getting 4K and Blu-ray options as well. And all of these are steelbooks. There are no slipcover options. And I don't really anticipate that there will be, because there is not yet a slipcover option for Loki, WandaVision, and The Mandalorian TV seasons. It feels like with this particular model for Disney and physical media, they're going with just steelbooks for these Disney Plus TV shows. I guess their mindset is, hey, if we're going to do this, if we're going to put our streaming content out on physical media, we're going to make it the most expensive that we possibly can. And we're going to put it in this nice bougie packaging. And that's all you're going to have the option to get. I guess that, look, I mean, we should just be glad we're getting it, right? But yeah, it's going to get pretty pricey if you have to pay $50 for 4K steelbooks. It's going to be like $200 for all of these. But let's get into it, guys. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the first steelbook that I'm showing right here. Really awesome artwork. Like I dig the artwork here. I'll be honest, I did watch this show. This is the only show that I watched of all of these. This is back when I was still trying to keep up with the Marvel Universe, and I have since just given up. But I liked this show. I liked certain aspects about it. I really liked Wyatt Russell in it, where they were going with his character, but then all of a sudden they just kind of abandoned that and they went with the generic ending, which I didn't like that much. But overall, it was a solid show. It just wasn't a great show. But I'm glad to see it get a physical media release for sure. And it's got awesome artwork. You got the art cards in the inside. I imagine with the 4K Steelbook, you're going to be getting the 4K and the Blu-ray in here as well. And all the special features will be available on the Blu-ray. You got the first season of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier will be available in 4K Ultra HD Steelbook 2 discs and Blu-ray Steelbook 2 discs. Pre-orders are expected to launch here on Amazon on March the 12th. So yeah, you will be able to pre-order these March the 12th. I already kind of said that up top, but didn't really comment on it. And a lot of people, a lot of places are reporting that these are going to be available on April the 30th is the release date. So let's see. And let's get into the special features. We got Cap shields. Sometimes a shield isn't just a shield. Anthony Mackie and creative team behind the Falcon and the Winter Soldier discuss what Captain America's iconic accessory ultimately represents, along with the numerous challenges of capturing the cumbersome prop in action once cameras start rolling. Gag reel. Watch the hilarious outtakes with the cast and crew. Let's see. Deleted scenes. Flight lessons. Sam and Rhodey have a heart-to-heart and bond over flying. Still not funny. Bucky brings a treat to Sam's family gathering. And you also get a documentary, Assembled, the making of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think this was available on Disney Plus. I think that documentary was, I remember that Assembled TV series. Embark on the making of this high-flying, globe-trotting action series with the cast and crew, and Assembled, the making of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So very cool. Looks like they got a good amount of stuff here for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Let's move on to Moon Knight. And this is a show starring, who is in this show? It's Poe Dameron from Star Wars, but I can't. Oscar Isaac. I love Oscar Isaac. He's a great actor. I never watched this show. I feel like I heard some people say it was great, and I heard some people say it was not so good. So I just never checked it out. Like I said, I'm just kind of out on the Marvel stuff. I'm sure it's a fine show. It looks pretty cool, but I'm just not really into this stuff as much as I used to be. But you know, it's another cool steelbook. I mean, the design by this artist is really awesome. Really awesome steelbooks. You get art cards in here as well. Nice interior artwork. I like how they're showing you the front. They're showing you the back as well. They're giving you the full, the full image of this steelbook. And let's see, Moon Knight. The first season of Moon Knight will be available in 4K Ultra HD Steelbook, 2 disc, and Blu-ray Steelbook. Pre-orders are expected to launch here on Amazon. Pretty much all the same information, guys. So today is March the 5th, right? So this will be available to pre-order next Tuesday. Geez, next Tuesday is going to be a huge week, guys. We got all the Cameron stuff coming out on 4K. You got the pre-orders for this stuff going up. Like it's nuts. Getting nuts around here. And I'm assuming that you'll be able to pre-order them on Amazon, probably Walmart as well, maybe a couple of other locations. Maybe Target will have them. The other other sites like Diabolic Orbit and stuff, I'm sure will have them as well. But Egyptianology joined Egyptianologist Rami Ramani, Oscar Isaac, and more as they further explore the ancient Egyptian mythology that helped inspire the Moon Knight series. I wonder if they did all this stuff like with the thought that they may do physical releases at some point, because I doubt they did all this stuff recently. It feels like they would have done this, especially if they had Oscar Isaac, like while they had him on set. So I wonder if they were how long they've been planning this, is what I'm wondering. A gag reel as well. You also get the Assembled, the making of Moon Knight documentary as well. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that was on Disney Plus. You got 2 deleted scenes, Don't Go There, and Breaking the Cycle. So very cool. Like I said, I don't know too much about Moon Knight, but I'm sure that people that were fans of the show will be happy to own it on physical media. And let's get into Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I actually did watch, I think, maybe the first 2 episodes of this, but I was just like, why are we doing this? I mean, I like the prequels and all, and I like Ewan McGregor a lot, and I didn't get as far to see Hayden Christensen return as Darth Vader. I heard there was some cool action and stuff, but I was just like, I just don't need this. And I used to be such a huge Star Wars fan, but I just don't need this stuff. I just don't need it. Like, I feel like I got everything I needed out of the original 3 movies, out of the prequel trilogy. the sequel trilogy, I like parts of it. I don't like other parts. I thought I wanted a continuation of the story, but I'm like, if this is the direction you're going in, then you guys can just stop and I'll just keep the movies that I have from my childhood. But they keep going and they kind of abandon movies, but they're doing a ton of streaming shows now. And yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm sure it was a bunch of member berries and, nostalgia, and everybody was excited to see Hayden Christensen and Obi-Wan fight again. But it's like, I I I didn't need it. Like that, the finale was in episode 3, and I love episode 3. I saw it in the theaters 3 times. That was the final fights. Why are they fighting again? And we know what happened in A New Hope when they fought. And my understanding of the story was they fought at the end of episode 3, and they never saw each other again until episode 4, where they meet on the Death Star. That was always my understanding watching these movies. So this kind of disrupts that. And I know there's precedent for it with all the animated stuff, but I never got into the animated stuff, so I know nothing about that. To me, this just seemed like a cash grab, and everything's a cash grab. Everybody tries to make money off everything, but this just seemed to, I don't know, this seemed like they were trying to exploit the Star Wars fans and the audience, and just bring them the greatest hits, and they'll eat it up because they love it. And I think a lot of people rejected it, to be honest, but I don't know. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you got a steelbook. This steelbook's fine. I don't think it's as cool as the Marvel ones. But it's fine. It's cool artwork for sure. You get the art cards in here. The first season of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hopefully they don't do a second season. Geez, what other story do they have to tell? Will be available 4K Ultra HD 2 discs and Blu-ray Steelbook 2 discs. Pre-orders are expected to launch here on Amazon on March the 12th. Duels of Fate, Obi-Wan versus Vader. Deborah Chow, who I think directed everything. Deborah Chow. Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen examine the lightsaber battles of Obi-Wan. I mean, that's cool that they got all them back to talk about it. Maybe I will watch the show at some point. I don't know. I'm just kind of down on it right now. I'm down on all of them. The Dark Times villains uncover the lore of the Deadly Inquisitors and Darth Vader's iconic look. Design the galaxy. Say hello to Leia's lovable sidekick, Lola. Then explore the new planets of the Star Wars galaxy. Yeah, there was a little Leia. I remember that in the first couple episodes, there was a little Leia that was running from stormtroopers or something. It was very silly. But with this one, you get a director's commentary. I wonder if that's available on all of the episodes. And join director Deborah Chow for an exclusive audio commentary on the action-packed finale. Okay, so maybe it's just on the finale. Maybe I should read stuff before I just assume. But I mean, that's cool. Look, if you're a fan of the show, that's cool that you have the option to get it on physical media. I just keep saying that. But now this one, Andor, I have actually heard really good things about, and I'm actually intrigued to watch this show. And I actually, of all of these, I could see myself getting this just to have it, to own it, and to be able to watch it, because I do not have Disney Plus currently. And Andor, I heard some really good things about it. I liked Rogue One. I wasn't the biggest fan of Rogue One, but I would be, down for seeing a more grounded take on Star Wars again, especially after all the crap we've gotten since. The first season of Andor will be available on 4K Ultra HD Steelbook, 3 discs, and Blu-ray. Okay, so this is 3 discs. 3 disc pre-orders are expected to launch here on Amazon on March the 12th. Let's see. Part 1, Imperial Occupation. Tony Gilroy, Kathleen Kennedy, and Diego Luna discuss the series origins. I think doesn't the series have 10 episodes or something? Maybe that's why it's on multiple discs. Let's see. Rebel Heist joined the shoot in Scotland with character spotlights, Rebel training, stunts, and VFX breakdown and more. Coruscant, Whispers, and Rebellion explore the stories of ISB agent Deidre, Senator Mon Mothma, and spy master Luthen Rael. Narkina 5, One Way Out, uncover the Empire's penal system and the prison's stark look. Get to know Kino Loy and view VFX breakdowns. Then you got Fear X Part 2, Fight the Empire, Tony Gilroy, Diego Luna. Cast and crew reveal the making of season finale. Very cool. Lots of stuff with the Andor. I guess that's why it's got 3 discs. And then they go on to say, well, this is just all speculation here, but will any of these Disney Plus shows get a season 2? At this point, the only Disney Plus show with a Blu-ray release on this list that is guaranteed to have a second season is Andor. I think I have heard that they were starting to shoot Andor season 2, which wrapped filming back in February. Okay, so they're done. As for the other Star Wars show, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor said in January of this year that he would love to do a second season, but there's no talk of it yet. On the Marvel side, we haven't heard anything about the second season of Moon Knight in a couple of years now, but Oscar Isaac is bound to turn up again in the MCU at some point. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is likely done, but don't forget that Anthony Mackie will return as Sam Wilson and Captain America Brave New World. I can't wait, which hits theaters on February 14th, 2025. So that's the full rundown, guys. So I did want to call out real quick that it seems like with these STEELBOOKS, they are definitely skipping some shows. And I don't know if they're going to circle back to them because they skipped Falcon and the Winter Soldier and went to Loki on the last rundown, and they circled back and got it. But there are shows that it seems like they are skipping. Here, most notably Hawkeye, as far as Marvel. Like, I'm pretty sure Hawkeye came out before Moon Knight, and that does not have a steelbook. And then on the Star Wars side, they seem to have skipped the Book of Boba Fett, which came out before Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, Ahsoka and the new season of The Mandalorian, like, I even understand, like, here's the thing, like, they're actually going pretty far ahead here with these steelbooks. And, like, I think Moon Knight only came out like a year and a half ago, and Kenobi was like a year and a half ago. I would understand if they didn't even do those. And that's kind of why I didn't think we were going to get 4 this time. Because, like, I look, I would understand if they wanted to say these are exclusive to Disney Plus for 2 years and then we're putting them out on physical media. That's understandable. So I get it, but Book of Boba Fett was over 2 years ago, so that would have been a good contender to put out on a 4K steelbook. But I'm thinking that maybe they just don't. Maybe that series wasn't that popular, even though it pretty much was like Mandalorian 2.5. I think I only watched half of it, but I heard like the Mandalorian came in and Baby Yoda, Grogu, and all that stuff. But I did want to call that out. It does seem like they are skipping certain shows, but like I said, they may circle back to them at some point. But there you have it, guys. That's my rundown, my breakdown of all the Marvel and Star Wars steelbooks. Which ones are you looking forward to getting? Let me know in that comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on those bell notifications for all future videos. They will not be available to pre-order right now, so I can't drop the links down below in the description. But as soon as they're available to pre-order next week, I'll update and put them in my community tab on my YouTube channel. So be looking out for that. But thank y'all so much for watching this rundown of all the Star Wars and Marvel Disney steelbooks. I mean, Disney's doing physical media now. They're working with Sony. Things are looking good. I wasn't so optimistic last week. I'm a little bit more optimistic with these announcements, even though I'm not particularly interested in any of these except for Andor. We'll see what happens. It's always a wait and see with Disney, it feels like. But thank you all again for watching, and I'll see you next time.